So yeah, I mean, here this is the trade I can take and not have any problems with because I did the work and I matched everything up by all of my criteria, all my risk expectations. Um, it's the best possible trade I can take, and win or lose, I'll feel the same. Basically, I'll be happy if I win, but I won't be. I'll have nothing to second guess, and that's what's important to me. I got to make sure I take care of equilibrium. Got to make sure I get my 5 points worth of risk in a good place, which the swing would be optimum. If it goes down that far, I might even pull it down, but um, let's see. And what happens is if I take it early, and this has happened before, I take it early and I don't give it enough room to pull back, and it shorts me at the very top of my 5 points and comes back against me. I've had that happen. And all I had to do was just wait for where I said I was going to take my entry instead of jumping the gun. So I don't, I just wait now. I just wait. Because again, then that gives me something to feel shitty about. I couldn't hold I couldn't hold on. I couldn't be patient. I couldn't wait. And you have to be able to do that. So I want to take this as soon as I get consequent encroachment, which is right. Give me a break. There we go. All right. So I'm in long. Now there's nothing to do but hope and pray. Got in at 64. I went long, so I got a sell stop here at 59. All right, so that's my 5 points right there. It gets me below this fair value gap. I would probably give it the extra couple if it got down that far. We'll just have to see. I don't know yet, but I am on micros. Yes, I got to double check that because I made the mistake of buying the wrong ones before. And there's no greater feeling than going in with 40 minis when you meant to go in with 40 micros. So, all right. So, no matter what, right? I'm going to create a partial. I got to break that in half. Create my partial at 5 points. It would be 69. Then another one gets, all right, so I've got 4 orders there. I've got 4 orders here. I'm in for 4. Let's just see what happens. Here's the pain part. And we'll see if this swing would have been, any better. And ideally, I always want to be down here, but I can't, I can't pull it down another 3 or 4 points. I can't do it. There's going to be times when I have to take it and try to find the best place that I can. And just go with it. So I'm below there are no other fair value gaps below this. So the next obvious place is a couple ticks below that swing. So I've got 1, 2. I have to break these up because if one of these gets taken, I have to delete one of these. So if I put them together, then it never lets me separate them again. So I have to leave it like that. And if I get stopped out, then I look for the next long because I anticipate it coming back down. We could even punch below here before the dynamic move that carries us way, way up for the day. It's not unheard of for it to come back and stab through here a little bit and then turn around, and I just look for the same criteria again and try to catch that move. So if I lose 2, I'm done. I was up 1 R, so that would leave me down 1 R. And then I would wait for the end of the session move, try to catch something on that. So that's the plan. We have closed this fair value gap almost. I'd like to see it respect that for my confidence, but it doesn't mean anything. We have pulled back probably into OTE. That's why I do my fib differently on this one. So OTE would have ended right there. And that's, where am I? I'm at 58.25. Basically 2 ticks below OTE. I wouldn't have even given it really room for a wick. So I'll add 2 ticks to get a little bit. If it does come down here, I'll add a couple ticks to get below this OTE enough for a wick through. And then that's all I can do. I mean, there's no reason to pull it down farther. If it gets below OTE very much, then the odds are higher that it just keeps on going. So yeah, and we did confirm short on the DR, which isn't, huge. It could pull back up to here before it hits a PD array. So we're kind of hovering here at the OTE area. And if I go back, I'll second guess myself here on this displacement, is what I would do. I would say that I broke above, but this should have been one candle to call it really displacement in my mind. And I guess just a little bit of impatience, That's not an elephant falling into a kiddie pool by any means.
But if you're looking into the 1 minute, the candle should be bigger, right?
Yeah, I mean, so we're real close to OTE right now. I'm just under here somewhere. Some days you're the chicken, some days you're the feathers, right? But everything is, I can't see doing much more than I've done. Um, I gave it a point, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need that order block to hold on minute 5. Yeah, I need anything to hold right now. I'm close to where, these aren't the trades I love, obviously. You want it to act differently. I'd like, I want to see a bullish fair value gap here would be the next thing I'd look for to increase my confidence that I got direction right and the retracement was planned well. But, it's up and down right now, back and forth, so. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do but wait it out and see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get another cup of coffee and be right back. I either have a partial or be stopped out. truth. Knowing the truth. Okay, got a fair value gap. Maybe, if this holds. Kind of at break even right now. Alright, so we got a bullish fair value gap now. That's solid. See if it gets support. Actually, we've got two fair value gaps there, so that's helpful. The other thing I was thinking about is I deviated from, not trading lunch, which that is something to think about too. There's a reason I don't do that, and I said I didn't want to miss the move today, so, if I lose this, then this is a trade I probably should have never taken to begin with. I'm not in a kill zone right now. We're dead smack in the middle of lunch, which could be just, up and down. And that's something that if it goes against me, then that's something I have to look at. I mean, I don't take them during lunch for a reason. Today I broke that rule, and if the trade pans out, then it's a little bit of luck involved because it's not optimum time. But the trades hit a lot of times. It doesn't matter the time. I back tested it through all different time frames, and when the criteria are met, it's pretty consistently good. So I have that kind of in the back of my mind as it's not a terrible thing, but so right there. Okay, so it's going to keep going. All right. So now we just got to get this partial, hopefully. We're in this other fair value gap now that's bearish, so we want to see that closed. And since it's lunch, man. This is the part that's tricky. I don't have any fair value gap support to there. I just needed to take my partial so I can get the pressure off. Because right now I'm second guessing a little bit on, because I talked about the lunch thing. Do I take my, just give me that. Okay. All right. So now the pressure's off. So now we just go to break even +1 and try to catch this runner. And I'm going to go 2 ticks below because I never make it give me the very, very tip top. A lot of times it'll turn before it hits that. So I don't know how much retracement I want to take. I'm going to get out. I got double my daily goal. And I don't want to deal with trying to get this extra couple points here and have it come back against me and dig into my partial. So that happens to me a lot too, is I get my partial and I lose a bunch of my partial, but that's fine. Excellent, excellent, happy with that. That's fine. Maybe should have just trailed it candle by candle if I was going to do that. That might have been a better move to try to capture a little bit more, and that way I could have been in longer. But I don't want to be greedy, right? I have to fight that, and greed has cost me. And then when I'm already doing this well for the day, and take a big hit, back down, then I feel like shit. So right now I'm really, really, really happy, and I want to stay really, really happy. Right? So that's kind of, had I not already been up, maybe I would have stuck that out better. But when I saw double my daily goal, I was like, well, what's the point? Um, and we still got the whole afternoon. We still got the end of the session move. Good job, Jesse. Right on. I pulled about six and a half. Yeah. And this is just what I wanted to avoid, right? I just wanted to avoid this emotions right here that I kind of anticipated before reaching this top. I was 2 ticks below, so I wouldn't have made it, and now it would have been coming against me. And, so I got out green. This is my full daily goal right here, is this 5 points. I caught the full 5 points on both contracts and got a little bonus. And now now I would have been eating into my partial. And I've seen this happen enough that I just decided that that's the time to get out. So excellent all the way around. I'm thrilled. All the decision making was on point, using what I've learned, recognizing this is a potential. Too many green candles in a row, waiting for a big pullback. Now I'm sweating because now that big gain is now negated. Now I've got 2 contracts going against me here, right? Well, one. I'd have one because I already took my partial, and it could still be, still be a good move up, but I just didn't want to have to deal with this. And I'm already where I need to be. Thanks, Nom. That was a good trade example. I mean, that's, if I did record just that video part, and I'm going to stop it so it's not a big long